Hey Kev, top record in the East, you clinch a playoff spot with the win tonight. I know you guys are locked in at the task at hand, but what do you appreciate most about what this team has been able to accomplish with all the player movement, et cetera, et cetera?
Just all the adversity that we fought through this year with injuries, protocols, trade situations, guys being in and out the lineup. Very proud of just everybody, top to bottom, everybody in the organization, but especially our coaching staff who, you know, put us all in great positions to be successful every night. So a lot of credit goes to them.
You guys are going to play a lot of games on the road the rest of the way. I know this was a tough win over Toronto, but what is playing well on the road an indicator of in your mind as you guys ramp up?
Just our camaraderie, togetherness. I think on the road we have to be even more of a solid unit. And I think tonight we talked a lot of things out. We communicated a lot of stuff in film, pregame, during the game. So and shooting around this morning. So our constant communication is good on the road.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Hey, Kevin, when you have this sort of balanced scoring throughout the roster like tonight, does that give you or teach you, or can you take from that to then apply as you still kind of figure all of this out and how it's going to be for you down the road with all of these pieces?
We know exactly how we're going to play. And I think tonight Toronto did a good job of junking up the game. Every time I touch the ball in my spots, they're coming to double. So I had to just be patient and find the right pass. And guys are open all night. So, I think we have a team that can play a variety of different ways. And tonight we've shown that, having Mike come off the bench and handle the ball late in the games, playing a small lineup, I think we can pretty much be versatile with how we play. And tonight was one of those nights.
Thank you.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Kevin, in that same vein, you mentioned the patience. How tough was it to just, when they're coming at you that way, to just make the right plays all the time? You were still very efficient with your shooting.
I mean, it's not hard at all. It's my job. I get paid to make the right play every time. I'm not going to get it right every time, but as long as I've been in the league and how many double teams and gimmick defenses I've seen, I have to be able to handle it. So I definitely wanted to get my rhythm going and score a little bit more, but I just try to be patient and take what was there. And, one of those nights where I wasn't going to get a lot of shots up. So I'm just glad we won. I'm glad, guys like Mike and Tyler and Landry and Jeff had big scoring nights for us to take the pressure off of us. And, it makes us unpredictable.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Kevin, in that vein, it was a pretty back and forth game until you guys went on that big run to kind of seal it in the second half. Just what do you think kind of allowed you guys to open the game up like that?
Early in the game, we wanted to get two on the ball, so I catch in the post a lot. They were coming on the catch, and we were swinging the good shots, but we weren't making them. So I think that fourth quarter, we put the ball in Mike's hands and told him to get into the paint and run pick and roll, and then we was able to get something great. We ended up making some tough shots there in the fourth, but we had a nice rhythm and momentum with that offense we were running. So we had shooters around Mike and Jeff rolling to the rim, and we was able to get stops as well in that other end.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, KD. First off, congratulations on Two Distant Strangers, by the way.
Thank you.
And you mentioned, obviously, some of the guys that came off the bench, Blake and Tyler. But, I mean, those guys have been here for a minute. What have you seen from Mike James that he could come in? He really just got here. And to be playing, not only playing down the stretch, but running the show down the stretch at the point. What have you seen from him that's allowed him to do that?
He's been around the world playing the game of basketball, so we've seen different styles of play. And, at his age and with his experience, he's one of those guys you could throw in at any time and he could be himself. He knows who he is as a player. So, once guys figure out what their games are like and how they approach the game, I think it's easier for them to just slide in and contribute right away. And Mike's one of those guys. And tonight he got hot for us and we stuck with him.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Steve has been saying all season basically that, it's not necessarily about wins and losses, but it's A, are you guys trending in the right direction? And B, are you taking strides in both the cohesion and the connectivity that you guys have as a group? I'm curious as for you, as someone who missed, 23 straight games, missed so much time, did you sense an improvement in that cohesion when you came back? Like, did you sense that guys had gotten more connected during your time off the floor?
Most definitely. And I've seen it in real time. when, big, you get lineup changes like we had, guys in and out with injuries, you have to be able to dig down deep and work together and problem solve. And I think that's what we've been doing the whole season. Like you said, I might have seen we had like 30 different lineups. And, so that communication with the coaching staff and the players is only going to make us tighter. And now that, especially when you go on the road too, we hang out with each other on the bus, on the plane. So that little stuff helps once you get out on the court, just having that, just knowing what your teammates are like, so we can talk to each other about anything, we can scream on each other if we need to, but, that communication piece is important for us.
Last question, Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Kevin, having all those different lineups and guys in and out, does that connectivity get built because of that to a degree? It
definitely helps. It adds to it. I think everything you do throughout the season adds to that group and that cohesion. And that's one of those things, when you got different guys in different situations they're not used to, they speak up, and, coach is there to help, and you got veteran players there to talk to them. And it just makes your team just tighter and more connected. And that's only good going forward for us, especially heading into the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to these next couple of weeks. Can't wait to get James, can't wait to get James back and have our full team, and we'll see what happens.